Before we jump into Fear and Hunger, I do want to just drop in and watch this video from the Critical Drinker while he talks about Kathleen Kennedy, and then we will jump into The Abominable Marriage Run.
A couple of 100 years ago, when the height of military technology was the flintlock musket, part of the process for loading it involved pulling the hammer back to the halfway point, known as the half-cocked position, so that you'd have enough room to fill the primer pan with gunpowder. It was also useful as a kind of basic safety catch, because the hammer wouldn't engage from the half-cocked position, no matter how hard you pulled the trigger. Unfortunately, sometimes in the heat of battle, soldiers would get a bit ahead of themselves and forget to pull the hammer back all the way, so that when they actually tried to shoot at the enemy, the safety would stay engaged and the gun wouldn't fire. Hence the expression, going off half-cocked, i.e. rushing into something without being properly prepared with disastrous consequences. I bring this up
Okay, I was beginning to go like, where is he going with this? But yeah, okay. Let's see, right? Because like that was a hell of a preamble.
because it seems particularly relevant to the absolute shit show surrounding Kathleen Kennedy and the eternal question of when, how, and indeed if she'll ever leave her office at Lucasfilm.
Yeah, she's gone, right?
A few days ago, when Puck News broke the story about her plans to step down at the end of the year, it was picked up by every major news outlet and YouTube channel with even a vague interest in Star Wars.
Well, yeah, because fucking everybody acknowledges that she's been terrible for Star Wars. Like, old fans hate her, new fans are beginning to hate her. It's like, no one likes her.
Including yours truly. Yeah, we'd heard plenty of rumours like this before, but this was the first time that it felt real and plausible. Kennedy was old as fuck by this point. She'd been at Lucasfilm for what felt like half my lifetime, and she'd presided over a disastrous series.
Jesus. So this is Force Awakens, production cost and global box office revenue. So apparently these are successful, but look at this fall off. This is not how you want it to go. You want it to be the opposite.
Of critical and commercial failures and embarrassment.
So I take it this is in millions. So yeah, this is 2 bill, 1.3 bill, 1 bill, 1 bill. Yeah, not great.
That had left the company with no more
that's
more assets to exploit. It was pretty widely known that just like a gambler on a losing streak with nothing but the shirt on his back, she'd been holding out for a big win to finish up her tenure.
That is terrifying. Look at that. Look at that face, dude. That is the most horrifying thing I have ever seen.
Let's be real here, I don't think there's any big wins in Star Wars' future, at least in the short term, and if they're ever gonna happen, it certainly won't be because of you, sweetheart.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But hey, Andor Season 2 is on the way.
What the fuck was that? What was that clip for? What? What was that for? Was that what?
And while it'll probably be watched by an audience of literally hundreds, it'll at least give her the critical success she could use to justify her exit on a high. All of this is to say that it really felt like the time was right for her to go, maybe announcing her departure at Star Wars Celebration in April, and spending the rest of the year collecting pointless awards and prepping her successor to take over.
Yeah.
That is, until Puck News broke the story ahead of schedule, forcing her to do an interview with Deadline where she, clarified the situation?
Oh?
Quote, "The truth is, and I want to just say loud and clear, I am not retiring."
Fuck! Why can't we just have nice things anymore? What happened, right? Was it something we did? Just tell us. Like, what do we need to do for you to leave? But like, you need to leave afterwards. We do it, you go away. Like, what do we need to do, Kathleen? What I want to enjoy Star Wars again, right? Like, the prequels were eh. The sequels were bad. Just like, what? I don't get it. I thought you wanted to go away. I thought you were done with us. I thought you hated us. Just leave, bro.
I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. That is the first thing that's important to say. I am not retiring.
Right.
You know, it's actually kind of funny reading this now because you can tell how angry she is that she's having to defend her own career now. The passive-aggressive attitude is practically dripping off the page. It's like a kid that's been told to eat their vegetables one time too many, has a complete meltdown and screams, "You know what? I'm never eating food again, ever!"
I wish she would stop eating food. Ever. Just no more food for her. Ever. Please. Maybe then she'll stop making movies. She'll be out of energy. So what's this? It sounds like chaos. What's the
This
reality?
question where the interviewer asks her about the chaos surrounding her possible
We know exactly what the plan is. Bullshit, you do. Bullshit. No, you don't. No, you don't.
departure. Chaos? There's never been any chaos because we know exactly what the plan is.
Really?
You know, that's kind of ironic considering your entire tenure at Lucasfilm has been nothing but chaos from start to finish. In fact, it's one of the many reasons you've run that studio into the ground. You had absolutely no plans for Star Wars beyond.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
Why is Cartman dressed like Kathleen Kennedy? Did I miss a fucking episode?
You stumbled drunkenly from lucky success to
What
failure
the
to
fuck?
even bigger failure, with no idea of how to fix it and no understanding of what you were even doing wrong.
God, the entire story of Rey was so fucking bad. Just terrible.
And you stuck your fingers in your ears and refused to listen when anyone tried to help you. Oh, just as a little side note to that, by the way, I can tell you with a high degree of confidence that Kevin Feige wasn't just brought in to make a single Star Wars movie a few years ago. He actually came in with a fully comprehensive 5-year plan to unfuck the franchise and get it back on track, and was promptly told to piss off by Kathleen Kennedy before he'd even finished his presentation, which is why there's been no further talk about collaborating with each other.
Makes sense.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off
It
for
won't.
him.
Let's just say there's no love lost there. I also like how she tries to justify the endless stream of projects that get announced and then go nowhere. It's very hard for anything to happen within Star
Well, it's because they're making plans and then they realize the plans are ass, and so they have to, chuck those plans and start new plans and then move on from those plans and start new plans and then move on from those plans and start new plans, right?
Wars without some aspect of it becoming public before you even want it to become public. So I guess managing the message in some way is also quite a challenge because, of course, not every single thing we put in development we're gonna make.
What the what? What are you... What? Not everything that you put into development is something you're going to make. That kind of sounds like you don't know what you're doing. Like, if you're going to start investing in something, that means that you've been planning it, you've been investing not just money, but also time into it for a while, and then it goes into production because you've fully established the plan, and you have a vision, and then you start doing it. Right? That means that you're gonna make it. Right? Like, what are you talking about? Not everything that goes into production is something we're gonna make. What?
Motherfucker, you're the one who announces all these phantom projects, you absolute moron.
Yeah.
It's not like they're getting surreptitiously leaked by some deep cover
There's also that. Like, we're not talking about leaks. We're talking about, like, actual official announcements.
insider here. You're choosing to make official announcements at major events about projects that have all the detail and planning of a couple of sentences scrawled on the back of a beer mat. Of course people are going to assume that they're going to get made when the studio themselves make the announcement.
What?
Man, it seems like us YouTubers aren't the only ones to go off half-cocked. But it's
True.
the next paragraph that's really important, so pay attention, 007. What's happening at Lucasfilm is I have been talking for quite some time with both Bob and Alan about what eventual succession might look like. We have an amazing bench of people here, and we have every intention of making an announcement months or a year down the roads. Interesting. On the one hand, she claims that she's not retiring from movie making, but on the other, she admits that she's been talking about succession for ages, and that she'll make the announcement months or a year before it actually happens.
So she's not planning to retire, but she has plans for when she retires. Okay.
Like at Star Wars Celebration, with the intention of stepping down by
Yeah, she's going to say that and then say that there was actually no plans for her to step down whatsoever.
the end of 2025, you mean? And here's the kicker. 2 final questions. Will you step out as Lucasfilm boss this year? We really don't know at this stage. There's so much going on, Mike. I don't know.
Fucking hell, this woman. Oh, man.
Right.
She just doesn't want people to celebrate. She like, you want to know what I think about Kathleen Kennedy? I think that the whole reason that everything she makes is trash is because she doesn't like it when people are happy. That's why she refuses to tell us whether or not she's going to retire. Because here's the thing. If she says yes and then she doesn't, she gets in trouble. If she says no and then she does, she gets in trouble, right? She needs to tell the truth. She knows that if she says yes, she's going to retire, people are going to be happy. She knows if she says no, she's not going to retire, people are going to get upset. Because people want her to retire. So if she says she's going to retire and people celebrate, that's humiliating for her. So she doesn't want to get in trouble with the studios, so she doesn't give a straight answer.
Now, the general rule with interviews like this, whether it's politics or entertainment, is that if you don't explicitly deny something, then it's absolutely happening.
Yep.
It's so funny watching someone trying to deny a leak like this on the surface, while also having to tacitly acknowledge that everything about it is actually true. Again, like an angry child forced to do something against their will, but too proud to actually give in, what you get instead is,
Like, I'm sorry, I take a look at this person, and you tell me that this is the person in charge of Star Wars, and I go, oh, so Star Wars just sucks now? Because, like, if you tell me that, you know, this is the guy who invented Star Wars, right? Like, white guy, fat, clearly not that, clearly, you know, trying to look cool, but you take one look at this guy and you know that he's a shut-in. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, maybe Star Wars is cool. Maybe Star Wars is dope. Like, if the nerd in charge, I guess, if he looks like, you know, well, I was gonna say this guy, but, like, no. Come on, give me, like, if it looks like this guy, right? These guys. Yeah, this is okay. I believe these people can pull off a nerd movie. I don't believe she can. No, she's way too, no. She's way too well dressed. Way too groomed. There's no way that Kathleen Kennedy could ever pull off a nerd movie successfully.
fine, I'll do it, but not because you told me to. And you can tell how insecure she is about this because she keeps hammering this point home again and again throughout the interview.
Yeah. I will never stop making movies. That is the one thing that we ask of you, please. This is like that old joke about how, when Amy Schumer said she wanted to be a comedian, everybody laughed, but nobody's laughing now. Like, please just stop. Just go home. It's okay. You have enough money. Just go home. Just leave our shit alone, bro.
We are in lockstep as to what that's going to be, and
Like, you know what Kathleen Kennedy gives vibes of? She gives vibes of that theater kid who, in college and in high school and middle school and whatever, in school, would make fun of the comic book nerds, who would make fun of the video game nerds. Because she was popular, she was cooler, she was in theater, so, you know, people liked her. So, this is the wrong person. She doesn't care about these franchises, and not only does she not care about the franchises, she actively dislikes a lot of them, and she hates the fans of the franchises.
I am continuing. I am producing
Worst
the
person for the job.
Mandalorian movie right now, and I'm also producing Sean Levy's movie, which is after that. So I'm continuing to stay at Lucasfilm and looking very thoughtfully with Bob and Alan as to who's stepping in. So that is all underway, and we have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it.
What the fuck was that last line? Like, we have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it. What? This gives vibes of, like, Brie Larson getting upset because somebody Googled whether or not she works out, and it's like, is that a personal attack? It's like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, sure, we get it, Kathy. This is totally your decision, and everyone else marches in lockstep with what you say. You're very powerful and important. Go collect another award or something. Now, if you add
Nobody respects the awards. When people like this woman get awards for making amazing movies, and then all of their movies fucking suck, yeah, nobody respects those awards anymore. When The Last of Us 2 wins Game of the Year over Elden Ring, come on.
add all of this word salad bullshit together, what
not
you
wrong
end
about
up
that,
with
like,
is
I'm not
someone
disagreeing.
reluctantly forced to admit that the rumours are indeed true, while also trying to spin it into something more flattering to her own ego and public image. Ultimately though, I can see two possible outcomes for this. The first is the best case scenario, where she was and still is planning to step down at the end of this year, but wanted to break the news herself at some high profile event, and is now pissed off that the announcement leaked in a way that she can't control the narrative, so she's forced to do damage control to shore up the illusion that all of this is totally happening on her terms. Basically,
Yeah, but I don't know, right? I don't think she's upset necessarily about it leaking. I think she's upset about everybody celebrating.
she wants to go out with the best possible news coverage, and that's under threat now, so she has to act. The worst case scenario, on the other hand, is that she now decides to dig her heels in and stay on at Lucasfilm for
Oh god, don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that, dude. Like, we are seeing the fucking light. We are so close. Just please, just please.
as long as humanly possible out of pure spite and malice. And honestly, I wouldn't like to take bets on which one's most likely. It really takes a special kind of person to stay on for years in a position where they know that almost everyone fucking hates them and wants them to leave, but it seems like Kathleen Kennedy might just be that person.
Come on, you take one look at this. You take one look at this woman, and you know that she would call the cops on a lemonade stand.
And even if she does step down as Lucasfilm president this year, there's still the ominous threat of her presence lingering over the franchise for years to come, through her involvement with multiple films and TV shows as a direct producer. So even when you hand
God.
the reins to a Lucasfilm protege, it sure sounds like you're going to be in that world for 8 to 10 years. Fair? I don't know if I'm going to say that, but yeah, it's possible.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, you are losing money with every fucking project that you participate in. Or making less and less money. Not necessarily losing the money, but you're making less and less money with every fucking project. So don't even pretend like you have the means to stay in your position for, 8 to 10 years. No.
At the end of the day, I'm nothing but a humble YouTuber, but if I could offer a bit of career advice to Kathy herself, I'd like to end this video with the words of Oliver Cromwell. You have sat too long for any good that you have been doing lately. Depart, I say, and let us have done with you. In the name of God, go! Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Honestly, I just hope she leaves soon. I think everybody does. I think even the Force's female fans, which I think we all know are not as numerous as they like to pretend that they are. Everybody's sick of this woman. Nobody wants her around. We all just want good movies. We all just want Star Wars to be good again. To have stories that speak to everyone, not just the lowest common denominator. To have stories that feel real and engaging, that feel consistent, that feel real. And Kathleen Kennedy is a very phony person. She's got fake smiles, she's got fake awards, fake accolades, fake fans. She is just fake. And no one likes that shit. No one wants anything to do with her. And I think everybody just wants her to go away. But unfortunately, these studios are so astroturfed, so controlled, so, domed away from every outside influence, that they just stay the course no matter what. They refuse any and all adaptation, any and all change, and the end result is that you just have to keep dealing with shit like this until they finish the franchise off. Until the franchise is dead, we're never going to get rid of them. And that's all there is to it, right? Well, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a dislike, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Cheers.